One day, a goodly traveler named Frankie was walking along. Come on up, goodly traveler. He was walking along, minding his own business and humming maybe a song that he heard in church, humming very loudly, thinking everything was just great. He was having a dandy time. When all of a sudden, out of the rocks jumped two of the meanest gangsters you've ever seen, named Enoch and Jonathan. They walked quietly and they crept upon him from out of the rocks. Quickly they came. Stealthily they slid behind the rocks until they saw the goodly traveler. With their beady eyes, they ground their teeth together. They ground their teeth together. They look really menacing, don't they? They started to follow the traveler. And they beat him badly. All at once, one of them grabbed his arms, and the other one beat him mercilessly. When all of a sudden the actions seemed to freeze in place. Then the traveler, Frankie, the Good Samaritan, or the goodly traveler, remembered, and he said, "I know Kung Fu!" He said, "I know Kung Fu!" Excitedly, he leapt to his feet, and he began to whip out his Kung Fu moves. And he started to fight back with the flying crane. But the gangsters knocked him down to the ground. But on the way to the ground, he let out a loud and terrible shout. On the way to the ground, yeah, and followed by a deep grunt. He was beaten badly and he lay bleeding on the altar. Man. The thieves, they grabbed his money. Oh, so they just took his pocket lint. That was almost as valuable back then. Made a nice sweater after they collected it all. And they split, yelling and leaping for joy. They ran back to their cave. Yelling and leaping for joy, loudly and excitedly. How wonderful it was. As he lay there groaning and moaning and screaming excitedly, along came a priestess named Sierra. She made her way down past the man, and she noticed him laying there on the side of the road. When she saw him, she was shocked. Very, very shocked. She walked around him and said, "I am shocked, but it serveth him righteth, for he travelleth aloneth." So, she just kept going on her way, thinking that she looked all that. Then along came a Levite-ess named Julia. And the man was still groaning and crying out in pain. Crying out in pain. But when the Levite saw and heard him, she ran to the side of the man. She said, oh my, what a pity." And she started to help the man up. But then she noticed what time it was, and she dropped the man. And the man let out a scream as he dropped, as the Levite scampered away. The Levite. Finally, along came a Samaritan, Brianna. She came, and she was so moved after seeing the man that she came over to him and began to bandage him and wrapped him up. And then she helped him up and put him on her back and carried him. She put him on her back and carried him this way to town. And she paid for all that the man needed, including a new Xbox. Go ahead, Brianna. Pay him for all that he needed. Amen. Amen. Because she's good.